El Presidente of Argentina, Javier Milei, no stranger to the public, and he's not afraid of them either. Here he is boarding a commercial airline. Now, in this video titled, and I have to pull out the Google Translate because I don't speak Spanish, unfortunately, what other president can do this? President Milei arrived in Argentina without a private plane, greeting all the passengers. In fact, he did greet all the passengers. We'll just get into this. Let this play while we're talking about it. So, Javier Milei, it looks like this is his channel, and why don't I subscribe to it? While you're at it, why don't you subscribe to this channel here if you haven't already? But this is Javier Milei, no stranger to the public, obviously, and it's not like he doesn't have access to private jets. He's privileged with having one as the president of Argentina, and I believe he has his own out of his own accord. But here he is, jumping on a commercial airline and flying with the average people, which is definitely on board with the same principles and ideas that he has going forward in the country since he was elected. Now, he was elected famously to, well, we'll get into that. But what would you think if you saw, I don't know, Joe Biden perhaps boarding a commercial airline? Do you think he could pull something off like that? Well, could he even get into the airplane? I'm not sure. Or how about Justin Trudeau, the guy who can't even go out in public, let alone around people?
The minister found himself targeted by a group of angry protesters. He was in Belleville, Ontario. It's east of Toronto.
Of course, this is what we'll see lots of. And even the people that appear to be friendlies don't end up being all that friendly. Communist watch. Yeah, well, that's the thing that we're seeing. And well, the question is, why do these politicians end up becoming so afraid of their people? The people that they are, I'm not saying ruling over, because that's likely what they think, but the people that they're supposed to be representing. This is actually Justin Trudeau during the POEC, or the inquiry into the use of the Emergencies Act, where he suspended all civil liberties across Canada. Well, this was Eva Chipiuk asking exactly that question.
My last question, Mr. Prime Minister, when did you and your government start to become so afraid of your own citizens?
That smirk.
I am not, and we are not.
Yeah, they're not afraid of us, he thinks, or he says. Now, Javier Milei, famous for getting into government and, well, basically saying that he's going to slash it all. In this clip here, he's talking about all the ministries that he's going to be getting rid of.
Salió el sector público. ¡Afuera! Ministerio de Trabajo, Empleo y Seguridad Social. ¡Afuera! Ministerio de Educación. Adoctrinamiento. ¡Afuera! Ministerio de Transporte. ¡Afuera! Ministerio de Salud. ¡Afuera!
And of course, you only have to look as far as Japan to see amazing parodies of this. Exactly. That last one, incidentally, was the women's toilet. We're not going to get rid of that. We're not going to get rid of that one at all. But of course, he's been standing up for people's rights, and rightly so. He went all the way to Davos, Switzerland, to tell people, to tell the elites of the world that we're not going to have this.
Today, I am present to inform you that the Western world is facing a significant threat. It is in danger because those who are supposed to defend the values of the Western world are co-opted by a worldview that inevitably leads to socialism and consequently to poverty and economic deprivation.
And he would actually know a lot about this, as the economy in Argentina has been suffering. It's over 40 years, I believe, or since the 1940s, they went from a vibrant economy and they fell into the trap of socialism. And he's been watching his country be degraded into poverty ever since. And finally, they've woken up and they've hired somebody to clean up the situation there.
Unfortunately, in recent decades, motivated by some well-intentioned desires to help others, and others by the desire to belong to a privileged caste, the main leaders of the Western world have abandoned the model of freedom for different versions of what we call collectivism. We are here to tell you that collectivist experiments are never the solution to the problems that afflict the citizens of the world, but rather they are their cause.
That's absolutely right. That's absolutely right. And this is why this president can get on an airplane and he can board and the people are happy to see him. You see, there's no real defectors in this whole crew. And he goes, the video goes on for some time. Of course, I'll leave a link in the description down below so you can go share this one out. But what kind of presidents are you seeing around the world? Presidents, prime ministers, leaders of any sort that are jumping on a commercial airline and flying with the people that they represent. And let's not forget that it is representation that they're doing. These aren't our leaders in the sense that these are our rulers. They're not our people that look over us and tell us what to do. No, these are the people that are supposed to represent us. And well, kudos to the Argentinians for doing that and bringing in someone who actually will represent them. Anyway, leave a comment in the comment section down below. Let me know what you think of all of this, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Keep on trucking.